Today I'm going to be teaching you how to update your BIOS, especially if you've got this motherboard. This is MSI Godlike motherboard, Z390 platform, and I basically got a little screen capture here, and it says I went to the MSI website and there's a version 7B for Bravo 10 small v 132 beta version 2018 1107. And it says description: improved for compatibility of high frequency RGB type memory when using Intel 9 CPUs with 4 memory module installation. Also says no, MSI do not recommend updating the BIOS unless it's necessary. Well, this is what's necessary. Sometimes my memory will just do whatever it wants on one side, or maybe two. There's videos, I'll leave them in the link in the description down below. But anyway, this is an update, so I'm going to update that. I'm going to show you how to do it. So first off, you do need a USB. Doesn't matter what size it is, as long as it's about 4 gigabytes, it should be alright, or 2 gigabytes. That'll be fine. So I've got a small one there, 64 gigabytes. So as you can see on my computer, it's clocked at 5.3 gigahertz and the memory is overclocked to 4300. It's a memory kit of 4266 and it's Core i9900K. But first off, before you do anything like this, on this motherboard it's got a switch where you can switch from a good BIOS. So that's the default BIOS, and then switch it to the BIOS that you want to update, and anything goes wrong with it, you can switch it back and then delete the other BIOS and then have it both as default until you can find a good update. And yeah, you meant to obviously clear it, so CMOS clear it and everything like that, and then prep it properly. But my BIOS update there, which I've already reverted it back to because it's 10/16/2018. It was a different one. It was like a couple of weeks one back, but now it's a newer version that's out, which I want to show you guys. So basically, we're going to go and download the BIOS. Then we're going to get it onto the flash drive. Then we're going to go into the BIOS and then obviously set it all up, because it should cure the problem for your memory. But if your memory is working fine, then this needn't apply to you. But technically, something can always happen with computers. Like 1 minute it could be working, and the next minute it can't. And there's a lot of conflictions with all the software. Obviously, an MSI motherboard and then ASUS graphics card, which is having no problem with the actual motherboard itself. The AIO is though with the GIF like audio, the GIF like animation on there, and obviously the RAM. It's meant to work with the motherboard, and the motherboard's got a gift as well, and it's all over the place. But anyway, so basically I'm going to reset the computer right now. So I'm just holding down the CMOS clear button on the back. And technically, if you want to do that with your other older motherboards, there'll probably be a manufacturer thing about it, or some sort of community that would be able to tell you where you're, because some have got batteries on the actual computer, the motherboards, and then obviously with higher end motherboards, it's got like 2 buttons, one for BIOS and one for CMOS, to like obviously clear it and then go back to its normal state of mind. So now I'm going to just press power button, and then to get back in, technically it would be delete, but as I've already cleared the CMOS button, it's going to be more of F1. And also, once you cleared your CMOS button as well and everything clears, it should go back to the way it is. So my memory still was not synced, but I should be able to go in software and sync it. But it's a little bit different for old school motherboards, and sometimes it's different to you update BIOS. But I do have some videos from old school stuff that you can go and check out if you like to in the bottom of the comments down below. So here we go, we should see asking me F1 or F2. There we go, F1 to run setup and F2 to continue. So I pressed it once and I'm going straight into the BIOS. There's my clock speed. CPU's clocked down to 3.6 gigahertz and memory's clocked down to 2133 megahertz. So now I'm just going to check see if everything's alright. So XMP's off, so everything's all reverted back. BIOS build date is the 10/16/2018. I did have a newer BIOS at the time, but then it's reverted back because there's a switch on my motherboard where I can switch between 2 different BIOSes. So now it's going to probably ask me to switch to that BIOS after I've downloaded it. I'm going to use the M Flash, but I'm going to be in F7 settings. So once you've done that, Then you go into the computer and we'll start downloading it. To get out of this screen, you just basically go to escape and quit without saving it and go to yes. Simple as that. Then it will shut down for a little bit, have a little think, and then it will like start booting up, and then it will go straight onto your Windows splash screen. And then just normally just go to the website, the official website of your manufacturer motherboard, and do it like that. I think ASUS is similar like that. I think there is a CHO something 0, and that's the code for it. So you have to change it in the old motherboard BIOS, and that was for Ryujin. I have to check on all the other ones if you want me to. I don't mind. So waiting for the computer to boot up. It does take a little bit longer as normal because obviously it's cleared the CMOS and it's going through its little changes. Yeah, let's get it going. Right. So first off, let's go and download this MSI stuff. So support. So I've already got it already there. So what we need to do is go to BIOS. And this is where the new BIOS is, right here, what I've seen. So just go to download it. And normally it will be in the support bit. Show folder where it is. MSI, so I'll put it in there. And I will... This is the one it is, so I need to delete that one. This is the old BIOS that I had before. So I can revert back to it, but what I'll do is I'll just make a new folder really quickly and say MSI 13, and that will be like, or I'll just put November 13, and that should show like the date. Obviously it's there, but I want to just do it like that. So then I know this is the right BIOS update because it's the 13th of the 11th, and I'll put it in there. Then I'm going to extract it here so it doesn't conflict and I'm putting the wrong BIOS on there. And then I'm going to plug my USB in. Make sure that you've got a USB to do this. So mine's all formatted and all cleaned. So it's here, Toshiba. So what I'm going to do is drag and drop this BIOS onto it, which is this. And there's a text bit of information on there. So you can click and have a little read through that if you want to. This BIOS fixes following problems. Previous version improved compatibility of high frequency RGB type memory when using Intel 9 CPU with memory modules installed. So 4 modules installed. And that's obviously in Chinese language as well. Before we even restart the computer, can you see what's going on with my memory? Right, that this is what I'm talking about. So even I think sometimes if I go to MSI Mystic Link, let's see if it works. Let's go to Rainbow Effect, yeah? Apply. You can see like it's still just doing its own thing, and if I go to off and apply, only 3 modules are on, and it works for all of these as well. And yeah, it's a little bit crazy. Even if I go to sync it as well, so all of these should be synced and hit apply, and it's still doing that. So it's having a party. I'll show you again. So we'll go to DRAM, go to breathing, hit apply. Now that stopped one module from going mad. Now it looks like it's fixed. It's so weird. Meteor. Right, now you can see that it's not fixed. Anyway, so if I go to sync, these are syncing with both. And you can see it's flashing, but the motherboard's not flashing at all. So I don't know what that's about. And this hopefully will fix the problem. So yeah. So once you've downloaded your BIOS, so you need to go obviously to downloads, wherever it is. I've put mine in here, and mine's in MSI in November. You extract it, so right click it, and then obviously extract here because that's where I want it. If you extract files somewhere else, then obviously it could be anywhere on the computer. Then you go into this file folder here, and then you drag over the top and then literally highlight them both and then copy it. Then make sure that your drive is formatted first, your USB. So if you've got anything on there, make sure you don't format it before you're taking the stuff off of there. So I'm formatting it now. Everything's okay. Then I'm going to go into here, then I'm going to paste it in. And then that's done, and then obviously restart the computer. So what we want to do is once you get to the BIOS, after pressing delete, or actually F1 to go into the actual BIOS, because after you cleared the CMOS it will be F1, and obviously F2 to continue, but you want to press F1 to go in. So I'm going to change this to F7, and then go to M Flash. Then it says system will auto reboot and enter in flash mode. Do you want to enter flash mode? Yes. What the hell is going on? Now I'll try to update the BIOS, the up-to-date BIOS that you can get at the moment, and yet it's still not working. So the BIOS doesn't come up. This is the new BIOS. So what I'm going to do is go back and revert to the BIOS that I've already got, and that means that I'm still going to have this freaking problem until the BIOS is sorted out. And it's so annoying because I wanted a new BIOS to see if it rectified the problem, and so far that problem is not being rectified because it doesn't even come up. So I have to delete the new BIOS to put in the old BIOS that actually worked. Technically, what we'll do to get rid of that BIOS, we'll go back into the drive here and find out what one it is. So that's the old BIOS there, or the new BIOS that doesn't work. So I'm right clicking, formatting, and that drive's formatted. Now I'm going to go back to my old version of the BIOS that did work, which is 16th of the 10th. So copy and then paste it into here and then restart the computer. Right, so you press delete and everything like that to get yourself back into the BIOS, and then once you're into the BIOS you go down, I'm going to use F7 and go to M Flash, enter, and then straight in there it's basically yep, and then it will restart the computer and then it will say exit in flash mode. And if your flash drive does not show up, you're going to need to find another flash drive, because it needs to be a certain flash drive, obviously, because I tried to use the little 64 Toshiba one and I didn't want to use that one, so I'm using another one which is like USB 2. Anyway, enter in flash mode, and as you can see, generic flash drive is on there, and this is the newest update. So go down to the one below, because the one that says ASUS ROG Ryujin 1.00 is the little miniature storage drive for the GIFs. But anyway, so go down one, and there's my generic update. So it's right here, and I want to click into it, and then yes, and then it does all of its. Please set the multi-bar switch to the target BIOS ROM and then press continue. So I want it to do it to this one. So click OK. But with a switch, I can, if I've got another BIOS update, I can either rewrite on that one or keep just on the same one. But anyway, don't shut down the computer and everything like that, and wait until the BIOS is updated. So this one says 11th of the 6th. I don't know where my phone is, so I can't even check, but I know this is the most up-to-date one, so I did take a picture of the BIOS. And I do have a computer behind me, and it is definitely the most up-to-date BIOS. And hopefully it will fix this problem with this RAM and RGB 4 module setup thing. Hopefully it will give me better overclocks, because I've only overclocked this 4266 MHz. Memory modules from G.SKILL, which is a B die from Samsung, and it should be able to handle much better overclock than 4300 MHz. It's only overclocked a little bit, and it's not really stable either. And that's clocked. I think the voltage is at 4.5 gigahertz. No, 4.5 volts even. But anyway, you wait until this runs and it should be okay. There is another way you can do the BIOS update as well, but this is the most easiest way for everyone that wants to update their BIOS. If you want to know how to do the other way, then There is another way that I did do it with the Ryzen motherboard, but what I was going to say is I'll leave a link in the description down below about that, so you can go and check out that video, because it's using the ASUS crosshead motherboard. And then the BIOS button was that you, instead of going through the flash or downloading it through the software update, you basically press the button, hold it down, it flashes, and then it turns blue. Then you put the USB in first, and then hold the button down, and then it goes to flashing blue, then it goes solid, and then it runs for about 3 minutes, and then it's kind of updated when the light goes off at the back. Then you just go back into the BIOS by hitting delete, and then you can check the BIOS what you had before to what you got now. And that was on the Ryzen platform, and I think that's the same for Intel, because this is obviously an Intel with the 9900K in it. So hopefully this will fix and rectify this problem that I've got here. So BIOS is nearly done. Now the computer shuts down. Alright, let's see if this has fixed the problem, and we'll go into the BIOS afterwards. So I need to get the Mystic light up. Funny thing is, the AIO has still got me on the front and not the original default logo. It did when it was in the BIOS, but this is different. So let's see, apply. No, it hasn't fixed it at all. Oh my god. What is going on? Right. Let's go into DRAM, hit apply. Nah, breathing I think fixes it. Okay, breathing fixes it. Okay. What about if I go to Meteor? No. Marquee? No. Rainbow. Oh my days. Right, click it off. Yeah, it's still not working properly. So, even if I go to sync it, that's not even doing the same thing. It's definitely not working. Anyway, let's see if it's fixed another problem other than RGB. So let's go to restart. Right, so there's the update, the BIOS build update. That clearly has updated. Anyway, I'm going to overclock the computer again to what I had it before. Let's do, whoa. Let's get it, let's overclock it to, what should I overclock it to? Let's overclock it to 5.2 gigahertz. And then give that, let's give the memory at 4,300. Let's try 4,400, see if that works. Right, memory, give it 1.45 volts, which is not great, but just to see if it works. CPU core voltage, what we clocked it at, 5.2, so let's do 1.4 as well. And we'll see, go to save, let's see if it works. So from 3.6 to and 2.2133 on the memory. Right, so let's go back because that would be a fail. Right, let's go back and downclock it a little bit more. The memory, where are you? I know 4,300 megahertz works on just the settings that I'm doing at the moment. Oh, did that fail as well? What? I'm not happy about that. Why would that fail? Oh my god, I've updated the yeah. I've updated it and it's not even working properly. Great, nothing's working properly as per usual. Let's turn off the XMP for a minute. Alright, there we go. Right, so far, did I dial? I think I took the XMP off, and now it's loaded into Windows. So that's not too bad. And as you can see, memory's still not fixed. As you can see, 5.2 gigahertz CPU overclock. I've had it up to 5.4, but I definitely need better cooling, and I need to tinker around with things. And the memory, it's only overclocked to 4300. So with this BIOS update, you might have better luck. I just don't have enough time to do that at the moment. The RGBs are definitely working, even though I should be more worried about the performance first before RGBs. But anyway, if you like this video and you thought it was helpful and it's in depth enough, and obviously about the newest BIOS state, then subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And obviously, no, you don't subscribe. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you're not new to the channel, hey, how you doing? Hope you're all doing alright. Yeah. Follow me on all social media platforms, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Roger and out, but also leave your comments down below what else you want to see. Anyway, Roger and out.